this? Is this Scarlett with a camera? They actually let her create a YouTube channel after all then. Hello everyone! Welcome to my YouTube channel! I actually got off my ass and actually made this YouTube channel. So for anyone who isn't familiar with my work, hello! My name is Scarlett, otherwise known as Lady Senshi. I have been a cosplayer since 2015, but I took a break in 2020-2021 time, so I say I've been cosplaying for about 8 years. I like costume making, I like wig styling, even though I'm not very good at it. I like to make props, I like to work with foam, and I basically love all things cosplay. When it comes to craftsmanship, when it comes to makeup, anything, I just love cosplay. So today's video is all about how I made my Cure Whip cosplay from Kira Precure Ella Mode. For anyone who's not familiar with this series, Kira Precure Ella Mode follows Ishika Yusami, a young schoolgirl who has a love for baking. The first episode goes is that her mum is coming home from working abroad because she is a doctor who travels for work. Unfortunately, she gets a phone call during the day and her mum can't make it home anymore as she's had to stay abroad a little bit longer due to an emergency. She's trying to make the shortcake for her mum. She has a little friend fly through her window in the form of a fairy named Pecorine. Pecorine helps her to remind her of why she wanted to make that shortcake for her mum, and in the presence of where she's fighting this enemy, she's given the chance to finish her shortcake, and in the essence of finishing the shortcake, the sweet gods rise from above, delivering her a little tiny charm of a strawberry shortcake, putting it into a magical compact, turning her into... And all the other precures in this series are all very similar. They all have like animal and sweets themed. You have Cure Chocolat, you have Cure Gelato, you have Cure Custard, you have Cure Macaroon, and you have Cure Parfait. And you also get Pecorine in the little girl form, and she goes to the supermarket and she gets lost and she loses something, and then she starts crying. It's really sad. This is my little baby. Why would they do that to you? This is the third costume I've ever made myself. I'm quite proud of what I achieved with this costume actually. I'm just really happy that I actually got to debut it at the MCM Birmingham Masquerade in front of the Yaya. Yeah, this costume is Yaya approved, and also here's a selfie I got with Yaya in Cure Whip. I love you, Yaya! So yeah, this video is going to be talking about how I went about making this costume, my references. Down below I will also be leaving a link to my build book. I need to update it as I'm recording this because all the images came out really blurry, but hopefully by the time this is uploaded, it should be in a good, better quality for you to read. A little quick disclaimer, this is in no way, shape or form a tutorial. I do not feel comfortable making tutorials as I'm still a beginner when it comes to making my own stuff, so just a quick thing. As it says in the thumbnail, this is a walkthrough. This is in no way, shape or form a tutorial. This is not a tutorial! If you would like to see more from me, or you'd actually like to see me have a consistent YouTube schedule, you should consider subscribing. Because that would be really slay of you. That would be really slay and really awesome and very girl boss of you. So, subscribe. You know you want to. So yeah, just a quick reminder that this is my first YouTube video. It's not gonna be perfect. But yeah, enjoy the video. I hope you learned something, or are just curious to find out how I made this costume. Here is your video. Now over to voiceover Scarlett, because there is no way that I'm going to be recording audio for a video for this, because it's going to use up all my storage, so I do it on a voice memo. Hey.
Hello, this is voiceover Scarlett, and I'm going to explain to you how I made the costume. So, to start off with, this was a basic quarter circle skirt pattern slash tutorial that I just watched on YouTube, and I sewed it with pale yellow cotton. And here you can see me sewing on some pre-made light pink like ruffles and also some dark pink scallop trimming, and it looks so pretty. Look at it, it looks so clean in this photo other than the other one. It looks so good, guys. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, then we move on to the strawberries. So for the strawberries, I used dark pink satin. I cut them into 8 individual strawberries, cut 2 times so they can fold them over, and then here you can see me have already sewed them over right side facing, and they needed a little bit of an iron because they were quite creased due to it being satin. Then here is a video of me ironing it so that it's a little bit more clean, a little bit more like flat, more like strawberries, like strawberry petals kind of. And here is a video of the finished product. Don't they look pretty? Don't they look so gorgeous? Don't they look so beautiful? And then here we have me doing the center part of the strawberries, which was used with light pink cotton, the same fabric that I used for the top. And then here's a video of me slowly sewing them onto the skirt and the finished on the mannequin with all the pretty little strawberries. And ignore the fact that they're quite long, like near the waistband. You can't see that with the petal skirt over it, but look! I love the way that this skirt naturally flared out even without like petticoats and stuff. I was really happy with how this looks. So yeah, look at me go, guys. Okay, right. This is a very long explanation for how I made the petal skirt. I don't have any whip photos because this took me 3 attempts, but basically my mum helped me make a pattern where I cut it into about 9 different petals. It was originally supposed to be 10, but that didn't work out with my waist measurements and what have you. I basically made like a petal pattern out of paper, traced it onto some cotton and then satin. Then I sewed it in between so that there were lines in between, as you can see in the photo, so that it looked like they were connected, and sewed it all together and it made the skirt. Okay, this is all very fast. I forgot how quickly I edited this. So for the petals, I took light pink satin, the same fabric as the skirt, and I sewed them together and I stuffed them with cotton stuffing. And sewed them onto the waistband, and I made little icing droplets. Look how cute they are. They're so cute. I really love this. This was probably one of my favorite parts of this project. Then we move on to the pouch, which was made out of yellow craft foam. I cut out the template with a mug and used my brain to figure out what measurements the other parts would be. And then I used felt to make the little lid and the little heart. The fabric for the beautiful little bow was given to me by my beloved Flora. It looks so pretty and I'm so grateful for being given this fabric. Thank you, my beloved. Okay, and then we move on to the top. So for the top of this costume, I used a base pattern by Made with Merida. The link to the tutorial on Etsy will be in the description. Then here's me modeling it, being very cool, very slay. I had to alter it as Cure Whip has a kind of pointy chest front panel. Then here's the finished product of when I sewed the front panel on, and then here's the back panel once I'd hemmed the lines at the top. Then we have the sleeves. I used the measurements of the cuff that was given and then made little scallops. And then for the sleeves, the instructions were to just do gathering stitches, sew it together onto the sleeve, and I didn't add any like not adhesive in the end because I just thought it looked nice. And then here's the finished product. Doesn't it look so pretty? Then we have the vest. The vest was made out of dark pink cotton and dark pink satin. For the pattern for the vest, I used cling film and masking tape and used a Sharpie to draw on the pattern, and then here is it all in duct tape and cling film form. Then I used dark pink cotton and dark pink satin, cotton for the lining so that it would stay on me better, and satin for the glossy effect of the precure. Then once I'd sewed it all together, I had the base bits of the vest, and then I had to make the little rectangle. And then here is me with what I'd made so far on the vest on. I was really happy with how this turned out. This was probably one of the hardest parts of the costume. And then we move on to the bow, which was beautiful fabric given to me by my beloved Thea at Dreamy Darling on Instagram. Go give her a follow right now. Then here's me making the bow following a tutorial on YouTube. Then I did a little gathering stitch like at the end to make it like a 3 shape because that's how it looks in the anime. Then here it is on the top. It looks so cute. Then we move on to the gloves. I hated this. Just a quick reminder, do not use satin to make gloves. Use a stretch fabric. Don't be a silly goose like me. Yeah, simple. I traced around my hands, made a glove, ta-da. And then for the cuffs, I made like a rectangle, drew some little pointy bits, and then I traced it onto some white satin, sewed it, and ta-da. Then for the pom-poms, I made them myself too. I did them for the earrings too. White cotton, I used a pom-pom maker, brushed it out with a pet brush, and ta-da. Then for the ears, I used white faux fur and like a pink holographic fabric. It was gorgeous. Then I made a pattern with paper for the inner and for the outer part of the ears, traced it onto the white faux fur, as you can see. Then here is the white faux fur pattern, also together without the pink center. Then there is the pink center, looking all glossy, all perfect. And then there it is sewed without the frame. Looked a little bit floppy. Then I put some wire around it with some contact glue to create a frame, and so that they'd stay up. Then I stuffed it again with cotton stuffing, like I did with the icing drops, to make them all nice and floofy and poofy. And then we had one ear, as an example here. It was a little bit floppy, but that was my aim, like little floppy bunny ears. And then here's both of them on a metal headband. Look how cute they are. They're so cartoony and large. That was what I wanted. I was so happy with the end result. Then we move on to the wig. This was a short fuchsia wig from Coscraft. I cannot remember the name of it, I'm so sorry. Then I crimped it and teased it until it looked like the emo son that locked himself in his room and never spoke to his mother again. Then I made a little spike, teased it, used hairspray, got to be my savior, and used pins to kind of shape it. Then I teased out some end pieces of hair, folded it to make like little circles for the sideburns. Then for the ponytails, these were ratted out, ratty ponytails that I had to spend ages teasing, and I also used a steamer to kind of make it dollopy at the end, as you can see here, and I put some hairspray on it to make it stay nice and firm. And I was really happy with how it turned out, actually. These ponytails ended up being a little bit ratty in person, but that's something I'm going to fix in the future. As you can see here, I look absolutely ecstatic about getting this done. Then it was time for the strawberries, one of my favorite parts of this costume. I used foam clay to make the base strawberry of the hat and the little icing dollops that go around it, and the base strawberry that goes on the bow. I made the little cupcake wrapper out of yellow craft foam, same as the pouch, and then some beige felt as like the little serviette kind of thing, which was super cute. And then I painted them, made them all nice, and I also added some glitter to make them a little bit more sparkly. And then you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this process. And now, the final reveal of my Cure Whip cosplay that took me 4 months and a week exactly. Ta-da! I was really happy with how this costume turned out. Once again, I was very nervous on stage when you look at these photos. Because again, I was being judged by the Yaya Han, and she said she loved it. So, you know, that's always a plus in my book. Thank you again to Many Lemons, aka Nut, who helps out at the Cosplay Hospital at MCM, for taking these photos. They are gorgeous, and I'm so happy that you managed to get such good angles of me. So thank you, Nut, for the amazing photos. Go follow Many Lemons UK on Instagram. And this is where voiceover Scarlett says goodbye.
You made it to the end of the video! Oh, thank you so much for watching! I really appreciate your support, and I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Maybe learned something or two, or maybe became a little bit more obsessed with precure. Who knows? Again, a huge shout out to Many Lemons and Hello I'm Fran for taking the time out of their day to photograph all of us at the masquerade. Here are their handles, and I did also leave them underneath the shots in case you missed it, but once again, here are their handles in case you're interested in following their work, which I highly suggest because it's pretty high quality stuff, guys. Huge thank you to my beloved Thea again for the lovely bow fabric. If you are interested in more magical girl content or more gorgeously gorgeous tailored costumes, go follow my beloved Thea over at Dreamy Darling on Instagram. And yeah, that's it from me. If you would like to see more from me, once again, consider subscribing, and thank you again so much for watching, and who knows what video will be out next. But again, thank you all so much for the support. I love you guys, and thank you for tuning in to my first ever YouTube video, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Yeah.
Hello, this is not yet the end of the video because I am a dingus, and I mentioned earlier that I was going to show you my references, and I didn't because I'm stupid. So, quickly, I'm going to show you pictures of the references. They will also be in my build book for you to have a look at. The references I used for this costume when I was looking at cosplayers who inspired me, please go check them out. I follow them all online, they're amazing. You have Pixie Locks, who is a very famous YouTuber. They are incredible, and they're Cure Whip looks beautiful. Then you have Yui A. Lena on Instagram. I do not know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry, but they make gorgeous precure costumes, and go follow them. And then we have Angelic Minty, who is also on Instagram. I found them whilst scrolling through the Cure Whip cosplay hashtag on Instagram. I just thought this was gorgeous, and I used it to look back at for like makeup references and just the overall cuteness that Cure Whip has. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in 2025. Merry Christmas and have a happy new year. Bye bye.